And sometimes, and you know, I'm gonna say it, our people are just stupid as hell.
I'm gonna go to church for a second, y'all. So you know how people go to church. You know how people go to church and they become
People is.
shut up.
And we vote for these black leaders, and we feel good about it because we feel they understand us, and then we send them to the state capitol to represent us. But there's 50 seats there.
We've had to hide. We've had to hide behind our uniforms, police uniforms. We've had to hide behind our executive suits. So when Trump came out, when Trump became so vocal, it gave us the ignition to come out and show who we really are. Racist. And you can see
everybody in that place. Good evening, good morning, afternoon, wherever this video will find you, fine people. How y'all doing this night? Hey, it's another Monday evening, and it's TFG tonight, and I am your host, Mr. Haynes. Right? So listen, y'all come on in. We got stuff to talk about. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about black folks, white folks, some African folks. We're gonna talk about some ignorant folks and some not so ignorant folks, right? But y'all know how we do it. It's the beginning of the show, and it's time to keep up with the Trumps. Y'all ready? Let's go. First things first. Y'all know how we're gonna do it. We're gonna talk about one of Donald Trump's people because he's getting ready to get up out of office, right? He got less than 30 days, right? And then he out of here. Maybe. What's up, Tam? Thank you for joining me. So y'all know how we do. We keep up with the Trumps because it's gonna be a lot to keep up with. Tonight, I want to keep up with Ivanka Trump, right? And I think her daddy thinks she's a little bit more pretty than I do. Right? I don't know about that. But so I want to talk a little bit about Ivanka. And do we got a video? I think we got a video. Let's see what's up. What's going on with Ivanka right now? Do we got a video? Maybe we don't have a video. Okay. Well, I'll tell y'all what's going on with Ivanka. Ivanka got called up to the courthouse, right? No, she wasn't there for jury duty. No, she wasn't there for tickets. She was there because what's going on, BNN? Thank you for joining me. Right? She is there because she is in trouble with her daddy. Right? She took some money. She took a little allowance, and you know, allowance for rich people that could be annual income for most of us. Right? So apparently, she took a little extra money on the side for the campaign, right? And so because she took a little money on the side for the campaign, it was so funny. Like the place that they went to rent, they normally charge people $5,000, right, to be on in that venue. They charged them $175,000 to be there. That's how Trump was racking up this money. So now these good old congressmen and these good old congresswomen wanted to talk to Ivanka because they really wanted to know what you do with all that money, right? So they took 5 hours to put her under oath. That's what she did. She raised her hand. And so I just want to let y'all know it's gonna be more to come concerning Ivanka and her daddy and that nice big allowance she got. So that's a little bit with keeping up with the Trumps, right? So I hope they all don't have the orange is the new black suits on, but we'll see, right? Hey, we're gonna have a great show tonight. My partner D Wayne, and we're gonna make this thing happen. What
What's up?
up?
What's up? What's
What's
up, man?
going on, bruh? You all right?
So she gonna so she in trouble. I heard about
Oh,
that. She going
hey,
she going to jail. She shouldn't have took that
hey,
money.
and her face too pretty to go to jail. Let me tell you something like that.
Hey, look,
Her face
look,
too pretty.
Big Shirley about to make boy. She about to eat her crab
Yeah,
cake.
yeah, I don't, yeah. So that's just keeping up with the Trumps. Listen, we're gonna have to keep up with these jokers because it's gonna be a lot. All right, man. Now listen, BLM, Blue Lives Matters. Now see, you know you not a blue, you're a green, but you know, but do you black? Do you back the blue?
So I back the blue because my uncle. Well, okay, I support it because my uncle's a retired police officer out of Norfolk, and I have some other friends that are police officers in North Carolina and different states. And those are the police officers that are that are out here really trying to make a positive change, and
Yep.
and majority of them are black.
Yep.
So I definitely support them because not one they're black police officers, but on top of that they're black. So
That's right.
definitely definitely got to support them.
So
But
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
ultimately, I think this Blue Lives Matter thing is far fetched. I think they're taking something that shouldn't be taken out of context of what Black Lives Matter is trying to do. So, but go ahead.
So yeah, no. So people say, "Oh, this is old news." Yeah. But we never talked about it on the show, right? Like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
found an interesting perspective. Now, listen, Madam Producer, I know I got a video on this one now.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah. We got
Okay.
that one.
Okay. So I know I got a video. So let's run the video, and then we'll talk about this perspective right quick about these BLMs and these BLMs.
You have some, I know. Yeah, I mean, so the blue Lives Matter flag, right? The blue line, either on a flag or just black, blue, black, has taken on kind of a life of its own. Politically, currently, it's obviously flying on one side of the political boundary as opposed to the other. So when you see that, what do you see?
I feel frustrated because I feel as though the agenda is being moved. Here's what I mean by that. To say any life matters is to assert that we thought that life didn't matter. So to say that Blue Lives Matter would then assert that historically we've acted as though cops' lives don't matter. Whereas Black Lives Matter, historically, we have literally acted as though Black lives don't matter. All men are created equal. Late 1700s, we donned that phrase. They weren't talking about black men, weren't talking about black women, weren't talking about women, but we said all men are created equal. So now it's like, wait a second. Just in case they're not talking about us this time, let's make sure we specify that Black Lives Matter.
Okay. Well, see, hold on. The man gave a really good rendition of this thing. What's good, Henderson? Man,
What's up, Henderson?
appreciate you being on, bro. Hello, ma'am. Thank you for joining us, Miss Hannah.
Hey, it's Miss Hannah.
So look here, y'all. I want to talk about this for just a second. The man made a great point, and I appreciate him sitting down. I appreciate the white man and the black man sitting down to have the conversation. I think that's one of the things that we have really dropped the ball on as black people. We really don't want to have conversations with white people. Why? Number one, because we know we're not going to pretty much agree on a lot of things socially when it comes to ethnic issues, right? So this man brought up a great point, right? And the thing about it is, let me give my perspective. I do support police officers, right? So what is this? So now the police have managed to take away the main point of why Black Lives. Well, yeah, we're gonna talk about it, right? And the man said the man made a great point. He said the problem is when you make the term Black Lives Matter. What's up, Falk? What we're saying is that someone or some system is saying that they don't matter based on what they're doing to those particular lives, right? Case in point, if we have an endangered species, we don't say we have an endangered species of rats. I wish they were endangered because they wouldn't have been in my pantry closet when I was a kid messing with my cereal. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
Eating all the Cheerios.
Bro, I almost had a relapse.
And a whole flashback.
Okay. Right, bro. It almost took me in. So listen, you don't call something endangered that's not endangered. Wow, you catch that? So you can't say that something matters if it's always mattered. And the problem is that that's what he was trying to bring out to the police officers. And the interesting thing about this, and I'll bump it over to you, bro. Right? This is the reality. You that are police officers has to understand this one thing, that nobody is threatening you as opposed to what your normal work environment is supposed to be. You are in an environment that is threatening just on surface. That's the type of job you chose, right? The problem is that you are acting very elementary in the fact that you won't listen to what we're saying, but that you said, well, no, y'all can't have this by yourself. Well, what do you mean we can't have this by ourselves? It's just a truth, right? If you want to be endangered, well, then just keep killing them, and then they're going to become endangered. So for you guys to take the approach of not paying attention to what we're saying, but now you're wanting to include yourself in this pity party of, well, y'all being mean to us too. That's a little asinine, if you ask me. What you think, bro?
Yeah, so when I saw this video, and again he made a very, very dubious point,
Oh,
which I think
look at that word. Somebody else sent a tip for that one. That was a good word.
Which literally went over the police officer's head. You cannot say blue lives matter now, because again, everything is going to be done to protect you. When the Constitution was founded in 1775 during the Declaration of Independence, when we declared victory over England, seceded from England, had our own independence, it said all men are created equal. Like he said in the video, all men, not all women, not all black men, not all black women. When you think about the process of slavery, not only was it used to control a population, it was used as a control mechanism to control the population of people, but it was meant to eradicate a race of people as well. Because you separate, you dissect the bloodline, meaning you ingrain your DNA with our people's DNA. So now you dilute a already strong populace of people. So I think it's unfair to do a Blue Lives Matter, because like you said, you chose this job. You chose to be a police officer. You chose to put yourself in a line of duty to protect and serve in your community. You're as a state policeman, as a sheriff, FBI, whatever. Just like I chose to be in the army. Nobody put a gun to my head and say, "Hey, join the military."
Right.
But I didn't. When I was in the womb of my mother, I didn't know I was going to be black. Just like you didn't know you was going to be black. Nobody on this earth knows what color and what race or what type of family they're going to be born into. Only person that knows that is God. So how can you sit up here and say that, or take something that we're trying to make a point that our lives do matter? Because for 400 plus years, we wasn't even worth more than a horse. A horse was worth more than us.
Yeah. Watch this, bro. Let me say this too, because you made a great point. The thing about this is that their job description lets them know that, listen, you could face potential danger that could even cost you your life. That on comparison alone, you can't compare the skin color of me as a man and says that we both have the same struggle. Now, player, you know that every day you put your uniform on, that you have the possibility of dying. The problem is I don't have a uniform on, but what I do have on, I still have the possibility of dying. That in itself has no equality in it whatsoever. So for us to try to compare one matter to another, we're comparing apples to oranges, right? We're talking about blue lives as a career. We're talking about black as a form of your skin color.
Exactly. Like that's
right.
That's trying to compare, like you said, apples and oranges, or trying to put a round piece in a square hole. It's just not going to fit. You can't fit that, because at any given day, just because I'm black, I could die.
Right.
At any given day, I could, it could be.
And I'm not signing up for that.
Exactly. I didn't sign up to, and I could walk outside and I'm just in basketball shorts and a t-shirt, but I'm already labeled. I'm already set in a populace. Because one, nobody knows who I am, and two, I'm already prejudged, and there's a predetermined notion of me by the color of my skin. But there is no predetermined notion of you as a police officer. The predetermined notion of you as a police officer is, well, you're an upstanding citizen. You're here to protect and serve me, and you're just gonna basically do what I tell you to do because
Yeah,
you're the police and you
yeah.
work for me. I pay
Right.
your taxes
We're comparing a uniform to a man's the skin
to
color
a
of a
skin
man.
color.
And that's what I'm saying. And the thing about this, the beauty of a police officer is you are backed by authority. You are being
Hmm.
given power, right? We have no power because of our skin color in the sense of this country gives us rules and laws that we can enforce because we black. That don't work like that, right? So,
Right.
but you have that type of authority because you wear that shield. So now don't degrade your uniform by now putting it on the standard of one man's skin color and say, well, no, we're equal because it works out the same. It can't work out the same because
It it
you have
it,
authority behind what you're
it
doing.
exactly.
So yeah,
You have the state constitution. You have the state rights. You have local and you have local and governing rights of a city, township, a state. You have those rights and those powers that come behind it. Just like I can operate in my office within the Constitution because I'm a commissioned officer. I have powers that nobody else on this planet has. My
right.
word, if I say something, it's law. Like it bam, signed, sealed, and there's consequences that come from disobeying a direct order from me. Just like there's consequences from disobeying a direct order from the police officer. But what consequences do you have from disobeying an order as a black man or a black woman?
Right.
Don't worry, I'll
Yeah.
wait.
Right. Wait. I got one more contrast for y'all. What you saying? Fellas, I just felt that having black or brown skin is crime in itself, regardless of what. Well, I
It
hear you on
is.
that one. But
I
so
mean,
to my point, watch this, Dwayne. To my point, to Robin, watch this. This is the thing about that, Robin. The problem is, and this is another contrast that I need my brothers and sisters that are supporting Blue Lives Matter versus Black Lives Matter, is Blue Lives get to take the uniform off. When you take your uniform off, nobody knows who you are at that time, right? Then you won't feel the hate of those that try to work against you. Then you don't have to take on that responsibility of someone perceiving you one way or another. You're given the opportunity to now shield yourself from all of that hate.
mm-hmm.
Because why? You can take your uniform off. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot remove this, right? I can't
Nope.
remove this. I know y'all watch Lovecraft. Listen, congratulations. Wake up in the morning, it'll be something else, right? I can't take this off. So for that alone, this can't be a versus, right? We can't have a versus because all things are not created equal. You get to
Nope.
take your
There's
uniform off whenever you want to. You get to take PTO from being an officer. I can't take
mm-hmm.
off time for being black, right?
Nope. You
Appreciate that,
can't.
Slim. Right? So
Oh, thank you.
all I'm saying to everybody this evening, what thank you, brother. I appreciate it, bro. Right? So all I'm saying, that's why we had to talk about it. I know it's old news, but I just want to
Mm-hmm.
put a new spin
But
on this
it's
thing tonight.
but is it
That
really old news? Is it really
it's
truthfully
old
old
news
news,
because,
or is it
well,
news that people are afraid to really touch, really pull the tooth and pin the rose on who it needs to be
yeah,
pinned on? That's
yeah.
the thing.
Yeah, I'm not frustrated with the people who want to support them because I support them. Matter of fact, I was hired on to be a police officer. I just chose to take a different career. So I,
Mm-hmm.
I, I had I had the desire to want to help and protect and serve, but at the same time, we can't play this petty game of,
We
well,
can't.
you can't have that type of empathy on your own. Yes, I can. You know why? Because I didn't sign up for this. You did. So there can't be empathy, right? Although I can support you, I can't empathize with you. Why? Because you made a conscious decision to be an officer, right?
You,
And don't
you
abuse the power just because we now have valid empathy because people just want to kill us because of the color of our skin, right?
exactly.
Again,
Exactly.
you get to take vacation and nobody knows you're an officer unless you want to walk around with your badge on, right? With a sticker on your
Right.
shirt. I don't know, whatever.
Right.
But as far as we concerned, we wake up, we go to bed, we take naps, we drive, we go eat, we do all our things while being what? Black.
And and
That's
and,
all I'm
and I know
saying.
we,
Go ahead, you got the
and we're
last
on,
word on this.
and so here's something even better than that. So let a police officer walk in a store and this might be petty, but let a police officer walk in Chick-fil-A. This is just one instance that I've seen and I've faced, right?
Mm-hmm.
Walk into Chick-fil-A, police officer gets a discount, civil service, public service, right? But I come in that same Chick-fil-A and I'm in uniform. Oh, we don't give discounts to military.
Hmm. Hmm.
Wait a minute.
Hmm.
So and my question to the manager, I said, well, ma'am, what's the difference in what they do as opposed to what I do? Well, they do it every day. I had to look at this and I had to catch myself because one of my
Did you catch
soldiers was
yourself,
with me.
Doc?
Yeah, I did. I was really like, and my soldier was like, excuse me?
Yeah.
This doesn't say U.S. Army part-time or U.S. Army when I feel like it. It says U.S. Army, meaning every day, 365 days a year,
Yeah.
7 days a week, 24
Yeah.
hours a day if need be.
Mm-hmm.
That police officer gets time off. I mean, I get my holidays and stuff too, but it's again, how are you going to compare apples and oranges when you don't send police officers to the desert to die, if possible, if need be,
Mm-hmm.
for a country that some of us know that the country didn't even want us in the first place.
Right.
I'm just saying.
All right. Yep. Man, listen. So bottom line, y'all, and we'll move on. Right. We just want everything to be logical. Right. I don't think majority of logical black people don't support officers. We appreciate your service. But what we don't
Sure do.
appreciate, we do not appreciate the fact that you want to now be given empathy for something that you signed up for. Right. I didn't sign up to die because I'm black, but I do respect your position. Matter of fact, I was going to be one of you brothers. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we can't play that game. All right, that's all I got for that one. Let's move on to the next one. Ooh, look at him, 44. 44
44.
had
Hey,
an interview.
44.
Yeah, man, I ain't want to call his name. Somebody get mad at me. 44, right? 44 had an interview with the Breakfast Club. Uh, you know, I ain't calling it, man, but I can tell y'all about calling folk by their nickname. Listen, when you over 20 and we still calling you by your nickname, that means you ain't got no career, right?
Nope.
That means you still trying to figure out if you gonna get a raise in 6 months from the fries to the burger. I don't know what you're doing, right? Listen, I told people, man, listen, my friends from school used to they see me and they say, hey, Nick, they call me nickname. I said, man, don't call me that no more, dog. Come on, man. No, don't call me, don't
Right,
call me that stuff
right.
no more. Listen, I don't know why that dude called his name Charlemagne or whatever. But anyway, they interviewed Obama, right? And you know, man, I still got love for Obama, man, and all that good stuff. But they talked about the elephant in the room, right? And you know, I love elephants, right? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I love me some elephants in the room because it just give you time to talk about something. So listen, let's run this video, Madam Producer, and let's see what we got on the agenda.
The good news for me was that I was very confident in what I had done for black folks because I had the statistics to prove it, right? So by the time I left office, you had seen 3 million African Americans have health care that didn't have it before. You had seen the incarceration rate, the number of black folks in prison, drop for the first time in years. You had seen the juvenile correction system, 30% fewer people in there. You had seen black poverty drop to its lowest level since 1968. You had seen black businesses rise. You had seen black income go up. So I could just look at the data and I could say millions of black folks were better off at the time I left office than when I came in. And
y'all lucked up because that Joker they didn't get to that part I wanted to talk about. So I'm gonna tell y'all what he said. Number one, my man got some crazy swag, man. You know what I'm saying? One thing I respect about Obama, he gonna keep that swag, right? He gonna keep that soul in that office, right? He gonna keep it 100. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. I know. I hear the other side. Those are political talking points. Gotcha. Y'all can have it, right? Because y'all got data to show otherwise. I get it. But there was something very interesting that he said, Dwayne, I want to talk about. He said the real problem that black folks have with Barack is they wanted him to solve a 200-year-old problem in 8 years. Man, when that dude said that, man, I wanted to give that joker a standing ovation. Because you know what? They
Exactly.
right. They right. Y'all
Exactly.
wanted him to fix something that has been broken for over 200 years, right?
can,
In 8 years. That ain't gonna add up. Go ahead, what you got? Because I got plenty
tag.
to say on this one. Yeah,
Oh,
you is, bro.
and
Go
you
for it.
know this is what I love about President Barack Hussein Obama. No matter what, he kept it 100. You can't fix 200 years in 8. It will take you it will take you another 400 years to erase the 200 years that we got that's in our past. And he hit it on the head. A lot of black people they feel like, oh, we had a black president.
Right.
No,
And
it don't work like
if you
that.
think that was gonna happen, I'm just sorry. Listen, I'm gonna pull a Kevin Saw moment. You stupid.
You
You
stupid.
just stupid. You
You
stupid.
just stupid.
Right.
Because the only thing that will fix the problems we have in the black community is black people.
Well, yeah.
And
And this is the thing I want to talk about this, right? Like we can't get one person to try to fix all of our problems. Listen, I've been on this earth for a little bit, right? Almost half a
mm-hmm,
century now. And my thing
mm-hmm,
is I still got stuff that I'm just now learning how to work on. Right?
mm-hmm,
They say that at least takes 30 days for you to fix a bad habit. Man,
mm-hmm.
Barack was trying to fix a nation that was more than just black people in it. And I think that is very selfish of us to think that he gonna get in office and just fix stuff for the black folks. But you know the reality about that? If we took that position, then guess what? We have 43 white men that should have been just fixing the problems for all white people. Oh, they had been. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. Let me move. Right?
And
So
you know
I
what makes it even more worse makes it more prevalent and makes it sting just as much when he made that comment is because people don't realize that he had a House and Senate controlled by the Republicans.
yeah. Well,
There was
he had a little
no
time when he had all of them, but he
well
had to
yeah,
try to fix health
I
care.
think he had the Democrats at one point. But when
Yeah,
he
he did.
towards the
2 years.
latter end he had to fight with Republicans. I mean, he fought with Republicans a lot. I mean, granted, Republicans got on board at points in time, and to all the Republicans out in the room and watching, y'all was being stubborn. Let's just be honest. But he had a lot of things that he had to deal with, and then again, he had 2 terms. So in those 2 terms, the first 4 years of his presidency was fixing the last 4 years of GWB's presidency. And the
Hmm.
last 4 years of his presidency was all the policies and SOPs that he put in place to start his first term. They were just
Hmm.
now kicking in.
Yeah. Nah,
So
man. That's yeah.
the growth in the African American scale, the Libra scale, it didn't start to turn until going into 2012. Oh, 13. Oh, now we're seeing the change. But again, some black folks give it to me right now.
Right.
I want it right now. No,
Right.
it's not gonna work like that,
Yeah.
man. You can't have that.
Yeah. Now we playing in somebody else's house. Although we did a little Airbnb for the White House. It is what it
Yeah.
is. But
Mm-hmm.
we did Airbnb for 8 years, and that's about it. So listen, all I'm saying, cut my boy 44 some slack. He did the best he could. He told y'all what he did, and he's unapologetic for it. But he can't fix it all in 8 years. All right. But
No,
speaking of
right.
fixing stuff in 8 years, well, somebody tried to fix something in 4 years, and I just want to make another elephant in the room clear today. Trump pardons his family. He trying to, y'all. Y'all want to talk about somebody fixing something. And let's get one thing straight. This is TFG tonight, political media, right? Shout out to Lamar, right? Appreciate it, bro. Listen,
Shout out, boss.
yes, sir. I'm gonna pull a wheel and the way right quick. I'm gonna do some beat the people. Put up the definition of what a pardon is, so we can talk about this for just a second, please, madam, if you don't mind. All right, there it is. It says a pardon is to use the executive power of a governor or president to forgive a person not innocent, but that's charged with a crime. Did y'all see that? Charged with a crime, not innocent. And it says, or convicted of a crime, thus preventing any prosecution and removing any remaining penalties of punishment. Thank you, Cornell University. Watch this, Joe.
Preacher.
Yeah, man, I'm trying. Watch this, bro. First of all, he's not finna forgive somebody for not doing nothing wrong. He said, I will forgive or pardon you because you did do something wrong. Man, if y'all don't wake up and see the game that we playing, these people put this stuff in place just in case they find themselves in a situation that now they get a get out of jail free card, right? Oh, y'all thought Monopoly thought that up on their own?
Hey,
No, they've been reading the
real.
Constitution. You know what I'm saying? Right? These jokers made the system work for them, right? That even if they did wrong, you don't even get a slap on the wrist. You get a handshake and say, get on out of here, Joker, and don't you do that anymore. Come, what was the point of having a pardon if you don't, if you have the ability to say that you can do something wrong, but then I'm gonna let you make it, and no matter who you've affected. Are you serious? So I just want all the Trumpiers and the Trumpeteers and the Trumpy bears who love Trump, right? I want y'all to understand something. He's not saying that I'm finna let y'all slide because y'all didn't do nothing wrong. Do we got some video on this? I think we got a video on this, don't we? Run that video. Do we got video? She don't got no. Okay.
It's so much. CNN probably got it.
It's a Monday. Okay, all right. I think she went to go get a snack or something. Oh, it don't matter. Anyway, look. So I'm just saying, my man ain't just letting folks make it just because they've been falsely accused. They ain't making it. Okay, ma'am. Right? They ain't making it. He letting them slide because they get a pass. This is the country we live in, y'all. And it's the system we live in. And listen, again, I go back to the bro.
It's
that's right, right?
Mafia.
That's right,
Mafio,
right?
Mafioso.
Tony, right? Soprano,
Tony Montana.
Montana, right? Oh, okay, I'm sorry, man. All of that, right, is for the purpose of them doing what they want to do. So, like I said, we tripping on what Barack couldn't do, but we should be tripping on what they are doing, right? Which is they can be the Sour Patch Kid. They'll cut your hair off and say, I'm sorry. And say, well, so hey, somebody should do something about this. Well, it doesn't matter. That's the system we in. That alone right there is jacked up. What you got on it, bro?
I think it's disrespectful. I think it's a I think it's as a leader, you shouldn't do that. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I mean, that's like, that's like me letting a soldier off knowing that he knowing that his crime was Article 15 worthy, and I just like kind of give him a normal counseling statement like, oh, don't do it again. You're my favorite soldier. Don't do it again. Nah, it doesn't work like that. We can't do things like that. And again, look at the games. It's a game that's being played, and it's a very dangerous game because it makes you look as a country. We look foolish. We look like you can come in this country as long as you got some dinero, as long as you up there with them peoples. You can get whatever you want to get and move on out. So,
what you say, Kendrick, Trump has shown us what we already knew. Old rich white man can play the system in their favor and get away. Yes, sir. With the yes, sir. And you know, and this is what I want to say to the forefathers who wrote the laws and the bylaws. I bet they meant well. I don't even know when this was established. Somebody know when the pardon was established? I don't believe it was established at the beginning of these laws.
It was probably later on.
Right, but what I'm thinking is, and we'll move on after this. My thinking is that they said probably to themselves, man, listen, we want to give people grace. We want to allow them some mercy. That if they've done wrong, but they've done the time for the crime and they've shown remorse, well, shoot, we should be able to pardon them for good behavior, not pardon them just because they with you, right? That's not justice for all, right? When you got cats in here and they dragging their feet, right, trying to get out of prison for a crime they couldn't commit, you can use your pardon powers on that, right? Man, see,
there you go. March 3rd, 1865. Hold up.
Come on, man. That's a little over 100 years, y'all.
Wasn't that right after the Civil War, during the Civil War?
Listen, so that's what I'm saying. So it may have been for war crimes. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just telling y'all, that's the truth about this situation, right? At the end of the day, we're playing a game that's all right, I don't want to be dogmatic. I'm just saying the game is set up for those that are in power, right? And for those that don't have any power, well, I guess more power to you. Right. So anyway, the pardon, it meant well, but it for the Trumps, it's gonna probably keep them out of a situation. I'll be honest with y'all. There's a game of cat and mouse is being played right now in the justice system. They're waiting this whole thing. That's why nobody's been charged. That's why nobody has had any crimes come up against them. You know why? Because if they do, my man was gonna let him off real right there, right? But once he out of here, guess what? Pop, and all of it's coming down. That's why I had to go and talk about Ivanka right quick, because they coming. They ain't just doing
they coming.
They coming.
Look.
So I just want y'all to know,
they sitting back in them black SUVs like, just give me the green light. Just give me the green light.
Yeah.
Just give me the green light.
Yeah, like old boy when Ricky was running the wrong way. And he come down that red car, Ricky. Yeah.
First of the leg.
Okay.
Yeah.
They coming. All them buckshots. All right. We got one more to talk about. What we got, man? Oh boy, look at here. Success in Black America. African Americans versus African immigrants. Now I want to talk about. Listen. I know. I know y'all don't like her, but doggone it, the girl say some stuff that make you say as Arsenio Hall used to say, right? So listen, I ain't gonna say her name. Just close your eyes and just listen to what she gonna say, so you don't trip. Everybody, just close their eyes. Close. Close your fingers. Don't do it. Close your eyes and just listen.
That gets Black liberals more upset with me than when I talk about the success of Black immigrants from Africa, academically, in their careers, professionally. I think Nigerian Americans are the most successful immigrant group. And I'm sitting here looking at this going, guys, don't tell me that it's because this country's racist.
Right.
We've got some culture issues. And that's why I went into that in my book, because I was like, I know how we treat intelligence, how we treat academic success amongst, Black Americans. And it is true that Black American students fare better in an all-white classroom than in an all-Black classroom, because they're allowed to be smart, and they're allowed to try, and there's a competitive environment around them. Whereas for whatever reason, amongst Black Americans, it's seen as a betrayal.
Wow.
You've betrayed your culture because you're talking like the white man. You know what I mean? You're doing what the white man does. It's similar to that Smithsonian list that they posted of attributes of whiteness, they called it.
Oh my
Being
gosh.
punctual. Did you see this?
I
Being
saw that.
punctual, like working
I couldn't believe
hard.
it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
So totally different in Africa, which is fascinating. And that's why I was like, I'm just looking at the statistics and there's obviously a different mentality in Africa. Stronger values, family values, educational values. And you come here and you're shocked to see, how were you treated?
Now, I ain't saying I agree with everything she's saying, but she talks about something that makes you say, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I'm with you.
There is
I knew you'd like this
there's
topic.
the aha.
Well, hold on, Robin. Hold on. Watch this. Watch this. So this is the thing, right? Check it out. Okay. Eddie Murphy tried to tell us something a long time ago, right? When he was over there in Zamunda. And they came over here and they got the jacked up hotel apartment, right? And Simeon was like, I don't want to live here like this. I'm here with the rats. We said, you better not ruin my chance with Lisa. Fix up the place. And then he goes to the lady and he asked for $500,000. And she said, is that too much? He said, well, why don't you just ask for $1 million? Sure. He asked for $1 million back in the 90s in a country in Zimbabwe. Okay, y'all know I'm messing around. Okay. Listen, I'm telling y'all, if y'all mad, be mad because they sent us over here. Okay, I'm tripping again. Listen, I just want to make this point. I don't know a lot of Nigerians. I don't know a lot of Africans, but I've seen a lot of them. And you ain't gonna find a whole lot of them that I've seen a lot of them driving like nice foreign cars, right? So my thing is, and again, I'm not saying I'm the end all be all to the situation. I just want to talk about it, right? A conversation that TFG tonight started that maybe y'all want to talk about it at the barbershop, the beauty shop, right? So all I'm saying is, when you see them, they ride around and stuff, right? They got, I mean, what they doing, it doesn't come across like they're being they're coming over here with nothing. Now, do some of them come over here with nothing? Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you something else about them. Their education doesn't cost like it does over here, right? And this great country, what they do is they'll let you. This is interesting because I do know this. They'll go over there, and this is not even just Africa. This is India, any other country. They'll go to their homeland. They'll get an education, right? That they barely, if they're not even paying for it, and then they'll come back over here with that degree that this country will honor. That, so even to the point to where you are a doctor in Africa, but you have to come over here and be a nurse. And I'm telling you, even if you're a nurse over here, you killing it. But you killing it without all that doggone debt, right? And if you got half enough sense to know that you hustling over there, that you can come over here and live on Easy Street, well, shoot, yeah, why don't you do that? Like, that's what I'm saying. And again, I don't have an issue with Africans. I don't have a problem with none of it, right? I don't understand why they got an issue with us. You know what I'm saying? That's for another story. But to the whole point, I don't agree with Candace when she makes the statement that we have to be in certain classes in order for us to be educated. I do feel like we have to fight the stereotype, which again, we're talking about a system that you talk white or you act white. No, I speak intelligently and I act as though I have some money, right? No, y'all not getting in my car with that drink. And you better get that fry and stop opening it. Okay, yeah, okay. I be going these places sometimes. No, but so to the point, man, I'm just saying, I think they have an advantage because they're not coming over here in the same system that we came over in. They're backed by what? Their government. They're backed by their immigration laws. They have a lot more backing than we do. Correct me if I'm wrong. You don't travel, right? Don't their country have their own rules and they are you can't discriminate against them, and their country hear about it that they ain't gonna create a problem. No, I mean, what you think, bro? Oh, look,
So
you antsy. Go ahead.
So the first part is, I'm looking at the topic. What is the difference between an African American and an African immigrant? Last time I checked, we were all immigrants because we were brought over here against our will. You know, our ancestral DNA, if you break it down, it might be, from other places, but most of us probably have some ancestral DNA that dates back to, I don't know, it's this country that sits in the middle of an ocean that's like right below France, but right connected to the eastern side. Oh, it's over there in the Middle East. Oh, it's Africa, right? Okay. So we're all connected to the continent. Now, whether or not, our families are indigenous to Africa, or some other portion of the country, maybe the Caribbean or something. But last time I checked, Caribbeans are still Africans as well. I'm of Haitian descent, but we do have an African background. I'm just saying. So that's my first question, and I like to pose it to Africans and African Americans. What's the difference? We're all black, right? Okay. All right. So my next point is, I have a friend, a battle buddy that's from Nigeria, and he'll tell you Nigeria is, yes, it's a great country. It's one of the more largely populated countries in Africa. Better education, better quality of life, but at the same time, it's still poor. Oh, he came to the States, by the way. Or actually, no, he went to school overseas in a different country and got his education. And
Right.
he even said, what's the difference? Because I can speak intelligently, because I can enunciate my words, I'm a sellout?
Right.
Come on. And again, like you said, because I can speak intelligently, because I can pronounce my words in correct sentences, and I can write a paper and understand grammar structure, I'm a sellout? I don't know how I feel about that. And then when she says, if you go to, white schools offer African American kids and African immigrants the opportunity for challenges within the classroom. It's more challenging setting. Well, let me stop you there, Candace. Not really. I went to a white school, and they didn't offer me the challenges were not there. I had to put my work in just like everybody else to maintain a GPA that was high enough to play football, or an unstereotypical GPA to make myself stand out. I walked out of high school with a 3.1, but I had to bust my tail to get it. It wasn't just handed to me. On top of being an athlete and everything else. But then I go to a HBCU, two of them, graduated, top of my class. Education still the same. Had to work my butt off during those basically 6.5 years of school to get a master's degree and another bachelor's degree. And I still am not accepted amongst my peers that are white because I didn't go to a PWI. And then now I gotta listen to African people say that I'm not African because I'm not from Africa. If you don't shut the
Good catch, Doc. Good catch. Look at him, man. Look at him. Right? Look at that chain over, a good old leap. Listen, I want to make this clear. If you coming over here from Africa, you ain't broke in the first place, because this ain't Mexico. You ain't crossing the border. Okay, so I just want to keep that 100.
You coming over here with some
That's
type of
right.
scruples, man. You got money.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I want to dispel that myth. Number one, that like, if you coming over here, well, the plane ticket wasn't from Spirit, and it wasn't 150 round trip, right? So let's not kid ourselves that yes, there are poor people in Nigeria, but those poor people ain't coming over here. That's the reality. Okay, that's the reason why we keep seeing this similarity, because it's only the rich people that's coming over here, right? And they coming over here because they want to do better. And again, it's all about, the ladies on the other show, they talk about the colorism. Well, men have their own, vices as it comes to this masculinity and the way we perceive men. I don't want to get in that, but we should have a conversation with those ladies one day. Just talk about a couple things. Yeah. So ladies, Devin, Lucretia, Rue and I'm looking at all y'all. Courtney and Nicole, yeah, y'all holler at us. We'll have a conversation.
Oh, gladly
know.
gladly love to come on
Yeah,
the show and have a
right.
conversation.
So all that to say, I'm not any way intimidated when I see them do their thing. That's just them, right? I mean, matter of fact, I've been to a few countries, right, and I've enjoyed the luxuries that they have. So I don't have a problem with you doing that. But I don't think that it's cool that you come over here and then you be a little disrespectful because you think you're better than me. We can talk about the things that you don't know how to do, and then we can go from there. All right, man. I'll let this sit.
Isn't that but see, that's a cultural thing even now. I mean, let's think about our
Sure.
people here in America. Because you and I come from different backgrounds, but look at us right now. Successful, successful black men. Yeah, we have families, but our kids are out there in the street doing things. They know good and well we will break our foot off in their hind parts if they do, certain things. You own your house, or I have my house. We got our cars, whatever. We're successful. We're educated, but we still get hated on by our own people because we talk
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
we dress right,
Yeah.
we're not in and out of the jail system. I mean, need I say more? I
Right.
mean,
Right. Yeah. There's a
I,
lot of undertone behavior in that. You know what I'm saying? And
undertone.
yeah, and it's to be honest with you, and I'll say this for white, black, anybody, rich, whoever, you put me on the same playing field. If you get 8 bullets, give me 8 bullets, right? If you give me the same bachelor's degree, I mean, you get a bachelor, give me the same one, and I'll
Hmm.
outwork you. I don't care where you come from. That's just
But
who I
that's it.
am. Yeah,
But
but
you know
just
what that
don't.
falls back onto?
Yeah,
It falls back onto a choice,
yeah,
a mental choice
yeah.
to succeed. You
Right,
don't want a handout. You
right.
want to succeed, to be better, to build a legacy. That's part of our problem. That's what something that President Obama stated, because we're looking for this handout. And then the African people that come over here, like I said, they're already educated. They're light years ahead of us in certain aspects. No,
Yep.
they can't function like we do. But if you've been to a country in Africa that's tried with civil war, I mean, it's just like living in the hood. What's the difference?
Right. And listen, I know Nigerians kill Nigerians, and I know Ethiopians kill Ethiopians. But what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying is, and I'm gonna make this statement: if you coming over here, you're backed by your country, right? So of course, people not gonna kill you for no reason, right? So don't come over here clowning us when we fighting a different dog fight, right? That's totally
Mm-hmm.
different. You're backed by a whole different government. That if somebody puts a knee on your neck, they got a government to answer to, right?
Yep.
They got a whole country they got to answer to. For us, it's just fair game. So all I'm saying is, come over here, enjoy it, just like me going to your country. And all I'm saying is, there's no need to show the animosity, because if you give me the same 100,000 you got, give me what you got. Well, listen, there won't be any need for you to have an excuse then, because you won't
Exactly.
even see me. You won't even see me no more, because I'm gonna outwork you.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I
Mm-hmm.
just don't want nobody to get it twisted. Like, y'all not better, and I don't think that I'm better, but don't try me, right? Because again, we can play. So that's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, I just don't
Like
want
50
us
say,
to.
get the strap.
Right. I hear what Candace saying. I don't agree with everything she's saying, but it was good conversation, because
Mm-hmm.
those are the things that I have seen. I've seen the little smirkiness, what I'm saying, and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of things in the culture that I don't agree with, but at the same time, we fight a different war, right?
Exactly.
Again. So man, listen, if I could shoot to Nigeria and get my degree and come back here, I'll outwork you. I'll do it. But I'm not. I wasn't
Hey,
finna pay $50,000 to get another bachelor's degree. $150,000 just to. Are you out your mind? Yeah, right. Miss me with
I
that,
mean, I ain't gonna lie to
right?
you. I wish I could get my money back.
Man, listen, great show tonight. We got final thoughts, and we're gonna get out of here. People, I hope you enjoyed us. But Dwayne, go and give us your final thoughts, bro. What you got, man?
All
We
right,
had a lot to
man.
talk about tonight.
You know, like my shirt says, I drink and I know things, right? But you know, let's be for real. You know, we're coming at the end of 2020. This coronavirus is still raging. I believe last time I checked, it was like over 1 million people, 1 million cases in the state of Texas. Close, and I think if it hasn't, it should be close or has surpassed 1 million cases in the state of Florida. That is getting egregious, and it is getting out of hand. I continue to say it, man. People, you know, wear your mask, love, you know what I'm saying? Dang, really?
Wow,
Like
that's great.
trash?
Appreciate it, bro.
Hey, appreciate, love thy neighbor. It doesn't matter if you're from Africa. It doesn't matter if you're from Germany. If you're an African person that's from Germany, England, France, whatever, you know, Sufulama, it does not matter. You know, you're still, at the end of the day, you come to this country, you're still black, man, and you're gonna deal with the same problems that I deal with. Might not be as prevalent to you, but it's the same problems. So,
Yeah,
you
man.
know, don't hate me because I'm not from Africa. You know, we should be loving each other and we should be embracing the fact that, you know, we are of the same skin tone, skin complexion. At the end of the day, we're all lumped in the same gene pool, and say, hey, these are black people, these are African American people. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, man.
And you know, let's continue to uplift each other. We have the first African Asian woman in that's about to be the vice president of the United States of America. Let's continue to big up her. Let's continue to big up, 46 as he gets ready to, take these last 50 days and walk on into that office, and hopefully he'll do great things. And I just want to say to all the peoples out there, I love you. Stay safe. May God bless you, cover you with his anointing every day. All my people that follow me on Instagram, King Noble Basketball. Shouts out to my peoples, and I'm out of here.
Right on, but watch this, y'all. This is what I gotta say. I just want to know if any of y'all from over there, do y'all know what angels Paula White was talking about?
Oh my God!
Just let me know, bro. Y'all ain't tripping, man. If y'all could just tell me one thing, just tell me who was Paula White talking about. That's all I want to know about, right? Anyway, listen, my final thought is nothing that has to do with anything we talked about. I just want to share a word of inspiration to you guys if I can. I made a statement and I said accountability is for the moment. I said, but forgiveness is when you miss that moment. And this is what I want to say to you guys, right? You have to hold somebody accountable in the moment. Because if you miss the moment, well, then that forgiveness has now stepped in and said, well, you can't hold that to them, right? Because if you're hoarding those feelings that you should have addressed in that moment, well, now you're harboring some type of guilt, frustration that now you're going to make forgiveness work a lot harder for you. And I'm telling you, it's easier to forgive somebody if you hold them accountable in the moment, right? And not letting it get away from you. So the next time you find yourself in a situation and you're scared, you're afraid to talk about it, just know if you let that moment leave you, then forgiveness is going to have to step in and get you out of that moment, right? So that's my thought for the day. Hold them accountable, and if you don't do it, then you got to forgive them. Listen, that's Dwayne. I'm Brenton. This is TFG tonight. We out of here. We'll see y'all on the other side of success.
Peace out.